What's up, guys? What's going on? I'm Paul. This is Pauline Theology's Daily Devo. We're continuing our study in Genesis, and this is Trust in Jesus Ministries, here to help you trust in Jesus more every day. As each day dawns, I want you to know God more, see Him as who He is, to know His character, and then trust in Him, man. It says in Psalms that those who know the Lord put their trust in Him because He never fails. And He never fails. And so I want you guys to know that kind of, have that kind of intimacy with Yahweh, that you would trust Him in all things. Anyway, we are on Genesis, and we have got to the part where Laban's like, what's your wages? Claim your wages, man. What you want? And Jacob is like, I don't even need nothing, man. He's like, I've been working for you for all this whole time. Just give me all the spotted and the speckled that come from your flocks. That's all I want. And he's like, yeah, hey, may be good, may be good. So if you haven't checked it out yet, read chapter 30, 35 through 43, and we will discuss the 4 questions. And if you have already read that, then we're just going to go ahead and jump in and discuss some questions, guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and start. So what is going on? What's happening right now in the story? Well, immediately after Laban makes those claims, he's like, yeah, it's good. I'll do that. He takes all of the stripes and the speckled flock or sheep and goats from the flock, and he gives them to his sons to take care of, while Jacob is left with only the best to take care of. And so what Laban is doing is actually trying to cut Jacob's profits, because he can't continue to breed his own flocks. He can't continue to increase the speckled and the spotted, because their speckled and spotted have been removed from his hands. He's left only with the good sheep. So Laban already trying to do the boy dirty, man. He made this deal with him, and then trying to make him as poor as possible, I guess. He's trying to stop the advance of Jacob's wealth immediately. And that's crazy, but it's what he does. Anyway, as that happens, Jacob, he ain't tripping. What he does is he gets to work, and he starts to grab these trees with bark that is white and speckled and striped, and he sets them before the sheep and the flock when they're mating. And as they mate, they look at these striped and spots, and it says that they begin to produce these, all of the sheep begin to produce stripes and speckles and spotted. They just continue to increase. And then it says that the man became rich, that through this method, as he began to do this stuff, it says that he increased. He became rich. It just was abundantly and overflowingly had the dollars. So what is this saying about God? What is this saying? Well, I think that what he's saying is that God always is the man. He's sovereign over everything. And I say it like that because the sheep increased despite Laban's attempts to stop him from gaining wealth. See, Laban took all of those spotted, speckled, striped, and he gave them to his sons so that Jacob could not advance he could not advance in wealth, and he could not increase in the cattle or the flocks that he had. But despite that, guess who reigns? Guess who reigns supreme? It's God. God had the ability to increase Jacob and his wealth despite all that Laban was doing. And then another thing is his faithfulness, man. Again, we see the faithfulness of his words, as he said, those who bless, he will bless. Those who curse, he will curse. And it looks like now Laban getting the cursing, because he getting the weaker of the sheep. He's not producing, like the sheep aren't birthing just normal sheep anymore. And so his lot is decreasing, because he took from Jacob's lot so that he would decrease. And so we're seeing God's sovereignty and his faithfulness to his children. What's to say about man? That we some greedy folks. I don't even know why Laban is so greedy, because he has done so many different things to hinder Jacob and what Jacob desires. His wives, now this sheep, and man, I don't understand. I don't understand, but that's who we are in our hearts. We desire to have wealth above all other things, man. But I tell you what also is that we should be not like Laban, but more like Jacob in a sense, and that he's just faithful to do what he knows to do. He's not, he hasn't uttered a word yet to Laban about all of the things that he has been oppressed and afflicted with. Jacob is just doing his thing. He's like, yeah, you take away mine, I'm going to still try and breed some more. It's like that. I'm just going to do what I'm doing, man. Now, he is getting a little perturbed and angered about it. We're going to find in later chapters. But right now, he is just being humble and doing what he knows to do. And I think it's also a thing about trusting God. He's understanding that God is with him and that he is for him. And so what he sets his hand to do, he will accomplish. And so that goes to an application for us, man, is what do we do with these things? How do we handle the situation? Well, first, don't be greedy. I think that's pretty clear. Is rely all things on the one who has saved us, Jesus. Allow our Father to provide all the good gifts that we need. But at the same time, I think it's important for us to do as Jacob has done, because he's still working. He's still moving, but he's trusting that God is going to give the increase. He's trusting that God is going to do what he said he's doing. We've been talking the past couple of episodes about trying God. Like, let him do what he said he was going to do. If he said he will be with you, he will be with you. So let him be with you. And that's what I think Jacob is doing right here. But also, I want to take something practical. Is what's happening in your life? Is somebody being hostile in your life? Is somebody being against you? Is somebody an enemy? It seems like on the things that you're trying to accomplish in your life. Allow God to move, and you just continue to do what you know to do is right. Just continue to do what you know to do is right. And as that happens, watch God give the increase. Now, I've got to say, I would be inept in my teaching if I didn't say that sometimes those hardships is what grows us to be more like Jesus. Man, that's the sufferings that we endure. As Christ suffered, we also must suffer. So even as someone being hostile to us or maligning us or seems to be an outright enemy, as we follow God and as we allow God to move in our lives, he may move in different ways than what it may seem. Maybe the prospering is the prospering of our character rather than the prospering of our dollar. But continue to do right. Hey, I appreciate you guys for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.